We begin our story deep beneath the earth, away from the falling snows and the howling winds, and the eyes of living men. We journey today deep into the hollowed ruins, to the places the living fear to go. But they're not exactly empty, are they? The Draugr walk these halls, ensuring grave robbers that venture into these ruins do not disturb the rest of their dead brothers. But what is keeping the Draugr up and moving around? Most adventurers would never think twice before killing one, but they'd fail to see the truth behind why the Draugr exist, and what they have to hide. To answer the mystery surrounding the Draugr, we travel to another time and another place, where a mage by the name of Bernadette Bandian studies and lives amongst the Draugr. It took several weeks before I felt comfortable enough approaching the Dragon Priest's resting place, inch by inch until the snarling Draugrs around me seemed to tire of fending off my timid presence. When the next group of Draugr came to pay homage to the priest, I noted a sort of transferal happening, a distinct flow of life force between the adherents and the master. It was here that I finally understood the dragon cult's notion of resurrection. The second eternal life was only promised to those who ascended to the priesthood, but the lesser functionaries contributed their life force to sustaining them for eternity. I don't know what sort of eternal wellspring they draw from, but it's clear that each Draugr carries only the barest whisper of life in it, and rekindles it nightly while resting in its niche. I now believe that the grotesque forms that we see in the barrows were in fact buried fully as men and women, and only over thousands of years that have passed withered into these wretched beings we know. While there is no clear answer as to why the Draugr exist in Skyrim, or how they came to be, it's clear that these tombs were built so that the dragon cult priests could stay alive forever, taking a piece of each of their followers' life force in order to continue sustaining their own. But why exactly would they do that? For what purpose do they do that? In Norse mythology, the Draugr were beings of hate, whose overpowering emotions brought them back from the land of the dead. It's the same way with ghosts in our day and time. Strong emotions are thought to keep people bound to physical locations once they die, emotions so overpowering that the spirit of the person is left in the place. If we apply the same principle here, some things become clearer. In Skyhaven Temple, you'll find a relief carved into the face of the stone depicting Alduin, the World Eater, coming back into this world and causing untold destruction. It's thought that Alduin's coming would herald the end of the world, lest a hero, who knows the words of power, awakens to fight. The hero that would awaken to destroy Alduin is the last Dragonborn, a human whose soul is that of a dragon, and the only hope to stop Alduin from bringing about the cataclysm. Etched into the stone on Alduin's wall is the truth behind why I believe the dragon cultists awaken from their sleep, and why they guard the empty tombs. With every encounter of the Draugr we have in the world, we always find them guarding stones depicting words of power, passed down through the world for the sake of stopping Alduin and the world's ending. Without these words of power, it is believed that the last Dragonborn could not challenge Alduin's might or defeat him, and thus the world would turn to ashes, engulfed by Alduin's flames. The remnants of the dragon cultists attack anyone who approaches the tombs, and often you find the strongest warrior amongst them near the stones containing the words of power. If a grave robber were to venture here and pillage these crypts, they might destroy the knowledge of the words of power, preventing the last Dragonborn from ever learning the words to begin with, thus losing the chance to defeat Alduin. I think the strong emotions that keep the Draugr's life forces kindled are the same emotions that they were laid to rest with. Protecting the stones would save the world. The Dragonborn would have the knowledge to defeat Alduin if they safely managed to pass the information down to the ages. To that end, they awaken and contribute what little life they have left in keeping invaders from the stones of power. The sacrifice of these cultists may have been the difference in the world's survival, for without them guarding these tombs, who knows what knowledge could have been lost to the annals of time. So I seriously made some mistakes in my first video about the Meridia lore by not delving deep enough and trying to keep it Skyrim only. It made for a pretty good quest trailer, but not a very good lore video. So if you want to check out that poor train wreck, click here. Or if you want to check out more material on our channel, click here. There will be more to come, I hope, so if you have a suggestion involving something you were crazy interested in, but couldn't be asked to read up on, leave me a comment. I'm pretty much taking all requests at this point except Freebird.